going to say a few words and then remove this.
Yes. Welsh. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but
pull the tail.
Well, good evening, everyone, and hello. It's a pleasure to be here in one of the college's most beautiful buildings, the museum building, for the opening of the Geology Microscopy Laboratory. As you can see, the museum building on the outside has undergone a wonderful restoration last year, and it was certainly worth it, this restoration. It has revealed many new panels. It's the evening now and it's dark, but if you were here during the day, you could see new panels that have been revealed by the cleaning work, including indeed one dedicated to Darwin and the evolution of species, which I think nobody had even suspected was there. So I hope you do get a chance when it's bright someday to come and have a look at these panels, and indeed to the revealing of the new crest over the door on the entrance to the museum building. Maybe the geologists indeed and the alumni that are here don't even know that the crest that's over the door on the entrance to the museum building is wrong. It's interesting because it has, the crest of the college is supposed to have domed turrets on the castle, and it has the turrets on fire. So it's one of the great errors. But we're very proud of the museum building, maybe our finest example of 19th century architecture. And we're delighted that it now has a new microscopy laboratory that we've just visited and that we've heard the talks in. In a way, the juxtaposition of the state-of-the-art contemporary microscopes up there with the tradition and the heritage of the museum building itself is a metaphor for, I think, one of Trinity's hallmarks, one of Trinity's great strengths, that we can combine innovation so well with tradition. You know, in a way, innovation and tradition are not opposites of each other, but really complement each other. Tradition gives you a firm platform on which to stand and on which to be confident about what you can do in the future, which of course is what innovation is about. And I congratulate the Department of Geology, particularly Professor Balz-Camber, and of course all his colleagues, for their successful realization of the new microscopy laboratory. It's clear that this new microscopy laboratory wouldn't have been possible without the great generosity of alumni and friends. In a way, you answered Balz's call for a new microscopy laboratory, and we can see the results of that here today. I know that Trinity's benefactors across all our schools and departments are inspired by their experience of this university, and often indeed by the warm memories that they have of their student days. But they're also inspired by the wish to do something positive to help Trinity, and indeed to help Ireland as a whole. Like Chuck Feeney of Atlantic Philanthropies, Trinity's largest ever donor, donors understand the value of helping Trinity as a way to spur on Irish higher education as a benefit to all of our young people in this country that want a high quality education. Trinity is an institution that all of us, of course, can be proud of. It's routinely ranked in the top 50 or 60 universities in the world, and our groundbreaking research makes global headlines. And innovation is also important to us. Not many people know that 20% of Ireland's spin-out companies, in the whole country, 20% of the spin-out companies come from research done here in Trinity College. Of course, the excellent education and research we offer depends on maintaining and developing our facilities and services, as well as continuing to recruit world-renowned professors and researchers. We're fortunate in a way, of course, in being able to rely, even in austerity, on the support of government, although that is indeed reducing. And that means that we have to even more rely on our own revenue streams, such as that which come in from industry grants, and indeed from other commercial activities that we have, tourist activities and visitor initiatives, for example, like the visitors that come to see the Book of Kells or the Science Gallery. And our alumni and benefactors are an important and ever-growing source of support. We want our alumni to have a lifelong relationship with the college, to stay in touch and to return frequently for events. and to play a mentoring and advisory role if they wish. We want our benefactors to feel appreciated and to know that their investment is strengthening this university, maintaining and increasing our ability to deliver high quality education and research. Last year we unveiled the new benefactors wall outside the dining hall. It's a frieze that runs in the room outside the dining hall, and this celebrates Trinity's philanthropic tradition, which indeed goes back to the very foundations of the college. Not many people know this, but when Trinity was founded in 1592, the then Provost, the first Provost was Archbishop Adam Loftus, and he wrote around to all people in the country and in Dublin. And indeed some of the biggest grants came from some of the Celtic chieftains in Ulster, just as grants came from some of the prominent citizens within Dublin. Queen Elizabeth I, our great the Queen of England at the time, who granted letters patent, she didn't write any cheques, but she granted the letters patent, and that was very important. But I think it's important to understand that philanthropy and support of universities like Trinity is well embedded in our history and is part of what makes us successful. And today we unveil this plaque here in the Freeman Library to mark the generosity of donors who contributed to the new laboratory. Many of you are here tonight, I know, and by this action we hope to thank you and to honour the principle of public philanthropy which you embody, and indeed to inspire our students and indeed anyone else seeing this plaque with the concept of giving and supporting. I know that our friends and alumni have a strong interest in this college's reputation and in its future. And I know that as Provost, I have a responsibility to ensure that this university continues on its path of excellence. One of our new initiatives, which I think will be of interest here, is the new Engineering, Energy and the Environment Institute, which we are calling E3. This is a major engagement between the schools of Natural Science and its 4 departments and the School of Engineering. And it will ensure that Ireland continues at the vanguard internationally in addressing the great challenges and opportunities that we face here living on this technological planet. Really ensuring that Ireland makes a contribution to sustaining and securing the welfare of all life on Earth. E3 will propose technology designs and human interventions to sustain and enhance our existence. This is a rather grandiose thing to say, but Ireland has the talent and the ability to make a real international contribution to many of the key problems that we face in using the Earth's resources to best effect, addressing issues of climate change and so on. And what we're proposing in E3 that brings together disciplines like geology with engineering is a very innovative and novel way of approaching how we address these issues. Through international collaborations and strong links with industry, as well as through leveraging expertise of other Trinity schools like computer science, like business, like physics, E3 will set a radical agenda at the place where technology and nature meet. The new E3 development is planned for the south side of college. In fact, all the way from the chemistry building, which many of you know, all the way over to physiology. There's a very big site there, and it's on that site that we're going to build this new complex of developments for E3. The plans are ambitious for a building of about 22,000 square metres of usable space, and construction of this will follow hot on the heels of the Trinity School of Business, on which work is about to start. The new Trinity School of Business will be built on the Luce Hall site. The Luce Hall itself is the old sports centre, which many of you may remember. I call it the old gymnasium to some alumni recently, and they told me, no, there's an even older gymnasium you've forgotten about it. But in my day, in the 1980s, the Luce Hall was the gym. It's now moved, of course, to the new sports centre, and the Luce Hall will be demolished to make space for the new business school. To achieve our aims, we are currently involved in fundraising activities and communication and outreach to stakeholders, alumni, industry and government. We can brief you more in time on E3 as the development proceeds, but now We thank you for all you have already done, and we look forward to working with you further to secure the future of this great university. Thank you very much. Well, this is actually the first time I've ever unveiled anything. What do I do? Just this, is it?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
There we go. A budding geologist.
Can I just thank the Provost? Thank you very much. Thank all our alumni and our friends. And I just ask you, if you've still got something in your glass, to raise your glasses to our friends and geological alumni. Friends and geological alumni. And enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you very much.